to OFC Nations Cup final. We're sure to be in for a corking match this morning. The temperature is beautiful here in Canberra. The skies are blue. There's barely a breath of wind across the ground. Perfect conditions for this match. Papua New Guinea in the black, Fiji in the blue. Really looking forward to what should be a blockbuster encounter. My name's Russ Gibbs. I'll be talking you through this one from the perch at the top of the AIS. We'll start by having a look at the two teams. No national anthems to be played this morning. Papua New Guinea start with Faith Kasure in goal. Their back four sees Lavinia Ola and Olivia Upaupa at fullbacks. Lucy Mino will captain the side in the central defence alongside Margaret Joseph. Raylene Bawaloa will play in the holding midfield role. Ramona Morris and Ramona Padio just in front of her. Their front three will see Charlie Yandin and Kesai Kotame either side of top scorer Megan Gunemba. For Fiji, well, their coach Fleming Seretsleff has gone with Merivesi Funga in goal. Their back four sees Aliza Hussein and Angeline Reka of fullbacks. Maria Anna Victoria, Veronica and Marioni Tora are the central defensive partnership. Two will patrol in front of that back four. The skipper, Sophie Dialowe and Jotavini Tabua, tasked with that role. Then three in front of her, those two, Nurieta Leba, Thema Nassau and Coletta Likithula. Up front on their own, Louisa Tamani Tokalua. Referee for this morning's encounter is Georgia Girardello. Maddie Alum and Anastasia Philokaridis are the assistants. This is match number 1 of 6 in a tournament that will feature the Young Matildas and the Solomon Islands. They'll get their campaign underway at 5 o'clock this afternoon from this very venue. Getting ready to get us underway. As I said, the conditions couldn't be any better for football. We had a slight breeze across the park earlier on. Up here, we could feel it at the AIS. Fantastic to see international football right here on our doorstep in Canberra. Both these sides fairly new to the international scene. Fiji's first international was back in 1983. They lost that one 2-0 to New Caledonia. They might have a bit of revenge on their mind. Papua New Guinea defeated Fiji in the final of the AFC Nations Cup by 2-1. This round-robin tournament features the top 3 finishers at the 2022 Oceania Football Confederation Women's Nations Cup, along with the Young Matildas. It will be Tuakula for Fiji to get us underway. They'll attack the goal to our left in the first half. Welcome to you wherever you might be watching from around the world for this one. Georgia Girardello just waiting for assistance to sort everything out and waiting for the time to tick around for kickoff. Some of the Young Matildas in the grounds below us in the main stand here, catching up on their opposition. All these games, the first 4 of them in the tournament, will be behind closed doors, but if you are watching and you'd like to come out and watch on Sunday, you can at Sifa Oval in Queanbeyan. The Solomon Islands play Fiji at 10 o'clock. The Young Matildas against Papua New Guinea at 4 o'clock. Sifa Oval in Queanbeyan is the venue. Local team Canberra United will be there just prior to Christmas in the Liberty A-League game as well. And finally, after a bit of preamble, we're ready to go. An early ball from Thema Nassau will be picked off by Reka. Be interesting to see how they cope with the conditions today. Some of the players are wearing gloves. Might be a bit cooler than they're anticipating. Here's Ramona Morris. She's one of them, picked off by Nassau. Happy to go backwards to start again, the Fijians. Here's their skipper, Dialowe. the heartbeat of the side. Tabua. Deal away. He's looking for Tuakula. Expect both sides to be technically very good. Mariani Tora finds Reka. First involvement for Liku Thula. Fiji having the early possession. Tuakula battling with the skipper Lucy Mainu. And here's a touch for Boa Lua. Ola. Both fullbacks will be tasked with getting forward to support as much as they can, especially on this right side. Kese Kotomai will have some work to do alongside Lavinia Ola, who takes the throw. Here's Morris. Good ball towards Kotomai from Boa Lola. Papua New Guinea on the attack. First real sense of danger into the penalty area towards Megan Gunemba, but she's been penalised. Megan Gunemba, Ramona Padilla scored 5 times in PNG's successful OFC Nations Cup campaign. Charlie Anding, who's out there wearing number 10, she scored twice. As I mentioned, Gunemba is PNG's all-time leading goal scorer. She'll be looking to add to that tally during this tournament. Tora goes long. There's a chase on here for the pacey number 7, Liku Thula. And a good challenge by Ola to concede the first corner. In fact, it's a goal kick. Must have come off of Liku Thula last. Good bit of defending from Laviniola. Boa to go long, but it's been picked off by Narieta Leba. Papua New Guinea slowly building themselves into the contest. Can't get Gunemba into the game at the moment, though. Midfield battle, of course, is going to be important this morning. Most of PNG's attacks and play so far has come down this right side with the combination of Ola and Kotome. Mainu looking to release Kotome, but they'll skip away. Beautiful playing surface here at the AS, as it always is. Local Premier League football played here. Garland United and Tigers FC in the National Premier League play their matches at this venue. Perfect playing surface for this international encounter. Ramona Padilla has been upended. Free kick to Papua New Guinea. Padilla thought about taking it and has left it for the skipper, Mainu, to lift it towards the far post. Might come here for Gunemba's hits. Will come from a strike from distance, and it wasn't too far away from Boa Loa. Had Funga interested, but just flashed past that right post. Signs are it will be a close encounter. The final did finish 2-1 in Suva, where all the matches in the OFC Nations Cup were played in Fiji. That win was Fiji's first OFC title, Papua New Guinea's first OFC title, I should say. Fiji on the attack. Ball forwards for Tuakula. Stopped in her tracks before she can really get going, and Papua New Guinea dictating early possession, but can't keep hold of it. Ola's been busy. That right fullback. Reka. Nassau plays it over the top again, looking for Tuakula. Percy Matteo is the coach of the Papua New Guinea sides. Important tournament this for them. They've got World Cup qualification playoffs coming up. The Interconfederation Cup in Auckland, 19th of February next year. They will face Panama or Papua New Guinea. Should they get through, Chinese Taipei or Paraguay lie in wait. A place in the FIFA Women's World Cup. Australia and New Zealand's at stake in Group C of that Interconfederations playoff. We wish them all the best of luck in that one as they look to represent Oceania on the world stage. Rebecca's got a touch on that. Again, time for Ola. Lucy Mino has already shown that she likes her long ball forwards. Not much movement ahead of her at the moment. Easily picked off by Tola. Boa Lewis having a good battle with Diallowe so far in that midfield. Morris. Content to keep possession. And off goes Kotame again. Good tracking back by Likudula-Dula. They can bring it away, Fiji once more. The loose one is easily picked off in midfield by Padio. And her pass was destined for the Fijian penalty area. Kotame. Goodimba bustles off the ball. And again, though, Fiji just happy to get rid of it. Faith Kasore playing the sweeper-keeper role. Ola. Morris. Looking for the long ball once more, looking for Yandin over the top. It hasn't quite come off just yet. Fiji playing a high line. Here is Yandin. As I mentioned, she had a good AFC, scoring plenty of goals as her team took the trophy. Her first real involvement as attacking influence here, Charlie Yandin. Up against Aliza Hussein. She's done it for skill there. Ball doesn't quite fall for Gunemba. And now there's space for Fiji on the break. Thema Nassau. Nikidula-Dula. Nassau offering. And again, Dula-Dula looking for Tuakula down the middle. Had to be dealt with by Opapa. Manu. Morris. Chance for Kotame again. Get the feeling it's going to be a busy morning for Angeline Loreka in this left-back position for Fiji. It's Kotame, bag of energy. Tuakula's come deep to get involved. Morris wins it back and Goodimba. Padio going to slide it through, couldn't quite force it through. Veronica stood strong when needed. But is PNG doing most of the pressing in the early stages? Tuakula chasing. But Lucy Manu, you can see why she's the skipper, composed, calm, dictating things at the back, good communicator. Bawaloa's come deep to collect from Upaupa. No real pace to the game so far, both teams content to settle into it. Tabua's won it back for Fiji. And a chance here in behind is Nassau. And a good save off a line. Faith Kasore was quick to deny Thema Nassau, who made the break from midfield. First signs of Fiji as an attacking force. Padio, charged down by Tabua. Veronica's ball forward is picked off, and Gunemba was interested in behind again, but so far Fiji have marshalled the top scorer from Papua New Guinea quite well. There's a lot of space here. Out wide, but they didn't choose to go there. Jotavini Tabua. find another Fiji attack here. Sane down the middle. Nice touch by Diallowe. 3 up in this attack, 3 on 3 at the moment. The black shirts try to get back to help out, and Diallowe took too long to make the decision. And it was Lucy Mainu who went across to dispossess her, and it's a chance for PNG to spring something on the break themselves. Guinea's made a run forwards in behind here. And she might get there, but again, good defending by Veronica. Needed to get there. Medavesi Funga have come a long way from home. Bowaloa. Laviniola. Great touch by Ramona Padio. And now Kesame Kotomai. Offside, Kese Kotomai. Midfield triumvirates of Papua New Guinea. Raylene Bowaloa, Ramona Morris and Ramona Padio influencing proceedings from the start. For the side that's ranked 50th in the world by FIFA. Fiji, by comparison, 71st. Nothing showing between the two on the park at the moment. Stabbed forward by Diallowe, and here's a chance for Likudula, who's onside. 4 shirts in support in the penalty area if she can pick one out. Cross is dealt with by the Papua New Guinea defence, and Tabua happy to get it back under control for her team. Can't force it past Morris. Yandin. Well won back by Tabua. It's had a bright start. Early morning kickoff here in Australia, 10 AM. Make it tricky for the players to prepare. Adaptability the key. Diallowe thought about the efforts from distance, then decided to go short. Been picked off though at the back, and still no work for Faith Kasare in goal. Ola finds Morris. Again, the space is out wide with Kotome. Up against Moreka. Bowaloa for Padio. Guinea's gone, but she's gone too early, and the flag will go up. Nice idea though, and a good ball from Ramona Padio. Fiji's offside trap working to a T. Toakula. Mino was there. Laviniola. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast about Fiji's first international. Well, PNG's was back in 1989, and it was in Australia, their first full international, against Brisbane against an Australia B team. They've been down 2-0 on that occasion. These two teams have met 7 times overall. Papua New Guinea winning 6 of the encounters. Fiji with 1, 23 goals to 4. So scoring goals against Papua New Guinea has been tough for the Fijians over the years. They'll hope to add to that 4-goal tally this morning. They've shown brief flickers in the opening exchanges. Minu looking for Kotome again. The angle on the pass though means that Angeline Reka will be favourites. Good chasing by Kotome, and equally good defending by Reka after her pass was intercepted. Tabua's ball for Likudula, and she's in here. An opportunity for Fiji. Pulls it back for Toakula, who goes down under the challenge. Waved away by Georgia Girardello. Likudula was in there. Thought she might have pulled the trigger from that angle, but unselfish play, looking for the number 10. Defence splitting the ball from Thema Nassau to send it clear. And a warning sign for PNG. We're here at this tournament, the Pacific Four Nations tournament, courtesy of the sponsorship of Pacific Oz Sports and DFATs. We'll put up the funds for this, and thank you very much for doing so. All four teams very appreciative of the opportunity to play international football in Canberra. Thank both Pacific Oz Sports and DFAT for their support of the greatest game in the world. And proves it out here today. Two Pacific nations, islands, doing battle in Canberra. Reka. Dialawai. Likidula. Reka. First time she's been able to get involved as an attacking force. It's a good ball over the top here. Didn't quite fall the way of Narieta Leba, but better from Fiji as an attacking force. It is a lush playing surface here at the AIS, and you might find that some of the players find it taxing with the weather conditions. Might become quite open in the second stanza. Or Papa is looking for Yandin. Full benches for both teams. 8 substitutes. I'm sure we'll see some action in the second half. Papa's ball forward, won by Veronica. Yandin comes in midfield to Boalua. It's a tough one for Mainu, who might get robbed here, and there's a foul on Thema Nassau, who might have been in. On Lucy Mainu, I'm sure if this wasn't a friendly, might have seen yellow there for that challenge, and she's going to anyway. Georgia Gherardello just getting some information from the sideline, and the first yellow card of the tournament does go to the Papua New Guinea skipper in a presentable situation here from a dead ball. Faith Kasarai's not had much to do in the Papua New Guinea goal. She might now. Louisa Tamani Tuakula over the free kick. Thema Nassau there herself. Tuakula happy to place it, the left footer. Dead centre of goal. Tuakula's placed it and then walked away from it. And looks like she might have left it for Nassau. She's played it square. Interesting routine this by the Fijians. Neglected to shoot. Tabua. Dialawai swings it goalwards, and in the end, it's harmless for Kasaray. I'd have thought they'd had a pop at goal from there, but they're trying something different, the Fijians. Didn't quite work for them then. Not sure whether the layoff was supposed to be for Jotavini Tabua to hit it. Margaret Joseph has it for Papua New Guinea. Kasaray under pressure. Finds Ola. Touch took her away from Likidula. Kotame. Morris tried to return the favour. Going to bounce the way Kotame, and she'll win herself a free kick. Don't know, mountain of work, the left-sided midfielder up and down this flank, both attack and defence. Morris, nice turn. And this is going to be a yellow card as well. Thema Nassau for the challenge, just left the boot in on Morris. So 1 yellow card apiece. Not too many complaints from the Fijian midfielder. Already seen Papua New Guinea's propensity to try and play the ball over the top when they can, and to come down this right flank. They feel that Kotome's got the beating of Reka, who's on that occasion stood very strong into that challenge. Patio, and that's the first corner of the match for Papua New Guinea, and a chance for them to send Lucy Mino into the penalty area. She'll take up a position just on the penalty spot. Opportunity for Papua New Guinea to test Madavesi Funga. Swung into the danger area, well cleared. But it's Fazola pushing it back in, and there is Funga. Happy to see it come through. Fiji defended that very well indeed. And they look to break quickly. Palpa's back there defending Joseph. Might be forced to go back here. Happy to do so, as the Fijians arrive for the press. And they've turned it over. Likudula-Dula. DLOA. Strong challenge by Opalpa. Yandin helping out the left fullback. Boalua. Boa stuck a leg out. Managed to win it back for Fiji. Gunamba, who's not been involved too much in the early stages. She might be now. Megan Gunamba goes for goal from the angle. It was dipping back in. Funga saw it all the way, but there's just a glimpse of the goal prowess of Megan Gunamba. She's not shy of a shot. 5 goals, including the first in the final against Fiji, 2 in the semis against Samoa as well. She scored in every game bar the first one against Vanuatu, goals against Tahiti, and in the quarterfinal against Tonga as well. As PNG won the OFC Nations Cup. Halfway through the first half. No goals yet in match 1 in the Pacific Nations tournaments. A reminder that at this venue, 5 o'clock tonight, the young Matildas will play the Solomon Islands behind closed doors. But you can watch it all on the FA YouTube channel. PNG back in action on Friday at 10 o'clock. Solomon Islands are their opponents, and they'll conclude with the game against the young Matildas at Seaford Oval in Queanbeyan. Entrance will be free on Sunday. You can make your way out there if you're in the vicinity to watch a double header, which will kick off at 10 o'clock in the morning. Fiji against the Solomon Islands to start, and then the young Matildas in the evening. Paddy's ball looking for Gunamba. Charlie Yandin was interested as well, didn't quite get on the end of it. Raylene Boalua has had a big influence in the early stages. Fiji have it back again, and here's a chance for getting Likudula-Dula in behind. Couldn't take it in her stride, otherwise she might have been on goal. But Fiji is suddenly finding gaps on this left flank. Looking to exploit PNG's tendency to attack high and with numbers. Reka. A miscommunication between Reka and Themanasau. There she is, the number 6. Padio, ball over the top. Chase for Gunamba. Defended well by Buriana Victoria Veronica. She can bring it away. Wins her team a throw as well. The centre back in tandem with Marioni Tora kept PNG fairly quiet in the opening quarter. Breeze picking up across the ground now, blowing from right to left. Too much of one there. Reka goes long for Toakula. Challenge with Joseph. Break for Upapa. Fiji win it back and quickly. Here's Dialaway. She wants a return ball. Margaret Joseph came across. Nassau. Good strength from Thema Nassau. Equally good strength from Lucy Manu, but illegally so. Free kick to Fiji. And while PNG had the best of the opening few moments, Fiji have grown into this contest. Not much between them, as you would expect from the sides that finished 1 and 2 in that OFC Nations Cup competition. Thema Nassau was awarded the Golden Ball at that tournament as the best player in the entirety of the OFC Nations Cup, and you can see why. She dictates proceedings for the Fijians. Likithula Thula going for goal, and it's not too far away. It had Faith Kasare more than worried, and just drifted the wrong side of the post. Good free kick from Coletta Likithula Thula. Thema Nassau and Sophie Dialaway both scored 3 times in Fiji's march to the final. It was their joint best finish at the tournament. They were runners-up in 2018 as well. To break that glass ceiling. Doing some defending here. Kotame swings it into the middle. Was met at the back by Tora. Reka volley it clear. Seems to be their best angle of attack at the moment. Kesai Kotame. She's had plenty of ball. Less inclined to go down the left flank where Charlie Yandin wants to get involved. Thema Nassau has it again. Runners ahead of her as well, but that one's a bit too pacey. It's an absorbing contest. Chances at a premium. Manu. Ola. Kotame. Challenge. This time was from Dialaway. Space now for Boaloa. The linchpin puts it in behind. Here's Gunemba in on goal. Real chance, big in Gunemba, but she couldn't get enough on it. And Merevesi Funga makes the save. Real opportunity that for Megan Gunemba. Lovely ball to put her in behind. Had the pace to get away, but couldn't quite find the finish. It's a warning to Fiji about their high defensive line. Just to be aware. Boaloa. Padio turns and she's got runners ahead. Yandin's one of them. PNG starting to threaten. Manu. Looking for Kotame to chase. Marioni Tora is across to cover. Likithula Thula. Tora. Loose again, and here comes Boaloa. That deflection almost fell perfectly for Yandin, but for the anticipation of Merevesi Funga, who immediately finds Aliza Hussein, and she can send it forwards over the top, and a chance for Toakula in behind for Fiji. Toakula, can she pop it off here for Nassau? What an opportunity for Fiji, and they take the lead. Thema Nassau scores. Brilliant approach work from Louisa Tamani Toakula, and even from the floor she finds Thema Nassau, and Fiji, calm as you like. The midfielder just rolls it past Faith Kasare, And the Fijians are on the board first. Just past the half-hour mark. From front to back. And the first goal in the tournament goes to the player who, as I mentioned, was the golden ball winner at the AFC Nations Cup, Thema Nassau. We will stop for a bit of a drinks break, I think. Although we just back underway. I was confused for a moment. Thought all the subs coming out. They're going for a warm-up. But it's beautifully taken. Lots of players in that situation may have rushed it. Not this lady, Thema Nassau. Just took her time and rolled it nonchalantly past Castlereagh into the corner. And just after Papua New Guinea had the best chance of the match from Gunemba at one end. Fiji have the lead at the other. Work to be done for Percy Mathieu and his team. They are unbeaten in 2022 PNG. They've won 7 and drawn 1 match. The only match that they did draw, they won on penalties as well. So they have been in some fine form this term. Gonna have to come from behind here if they're to win again. We're going to see a change here, I think. The assistant referee on the far side signalled a substitution. I'm not seeing it at the moment, though. Players will take it this time to get a bit of a drink. Fleming Sedislev, very experienced coach, also in charge of the Fijian men's team. He's coached all around the world. Shot from the distance takes a deflection. Who's taken over the captain's armbands. Apologies, Sophia Dulaway. Just trying to see if there was a substitution made in amongst all that. It looked like there was going to be. Whether it happens, confirm. I don't think so. Kept in by Likudula Dula, and her ball forward is asking a fair bit with Tuakula. Chase here for Yandin. Funad came a long way out, and it was a good bit of goalkeeping. Needed to be confident and did make that. Thrashed forward by Tabua. Happy to set things up for her team. Allow them to get back defensively and get into shape. Minu. Just rather sliced that. Ola is back to tidy up though. Likudula Dula. Rebecca. Tried to play it forward towards Tuakula. Bawalua. Finds Ola. Kotame. For a runner in the middle. Rolls across the body of Padio, who tries her luck from distance. Always fading away from the right-hand post, as Funga looks at it. But better from PNG as an attacking force again. Arguably they've had the better chances, but they find themselves behind. Goal on the half hour from Thema Nassau. Ball is out of play, and Papua New Guinea will have the throw. Boilua. Ola. Again, massively high line from Fiji. Works for them because of the quality of Dialoe. PNG looking dangerous in that situation. That's a lovely ball forward as well, and a chase is on here, and Kasare needs to be careful. Got there just ahead of the on-rushing Narieta Leba. Just about inside the penalty area. Well, that's a lovely turn from Yandin. Chance for PNG to spring something at the other ends. Charlie Yandin to swing it into the box. Couldn't wrap a foot around it. Faith Kasare at the other end needed to be very much on her toes. As Leba, you look to get in behind. There's a feeling there'll be more goals in this contest. Sora. Ola Seda breaks for Tuakula. She works for Liki Dhula, who might be in here again, and the flag goes up. Brave goalkeeping from Kasare to deny Liki Dhula in any case. Just straight offside. But good goalkeeping from the Papua New Guinea number 1. A couple of times Kalatiliki Dhula's looked like she might get in on this left-hand side. Margaret Joseph. Upaupa. Joseph, happy to go back to the keeper. PNG not fazed by being a goal behind, so they'll continue to play their football. Fiji, though, pressing well. That's a free kick. No, but just a little bit too enthusiastic with the challenge on the back of Opalpa. We certainly felt it. On the back of the calf. But inconvenience it too much, though. Record cut out through ball. Dhula. Thema Nassau. Poetry in motion in possession. The Fijian number 6. Gliding across the turf here and looking to take on the PNG defence and gets the team a free kick in a dangerous position. Balked at the edge of the penalty area. The heartbeat of this Fijian outfit. Chance from this free kick. Torkula placing it. She placed the last one and didn't take it. This time she will. Left-footed over the wall and a super save from Kasare. Louisa Tamani Toakula thought she had scored and doubled Fiji's lead, only for the right paw of Kasare to palm it over the crossbar. Super stop. Wonderfully weighted free kick. It looked like it was drifting in. It will be a corner for Fiji. Chance to flood the penalty area as they looked to add to their advantage. Everyone back except for Gudumba in towards the near post. Prodded goalwards by Dialaway. Lack the pace to really test Kasare. Nassau hits it. Prodded away. Padio looking to twist and turn. So wants a return ball. Rekka's there. Great strength by Tabua, looking to play it through for Likuthula. Again causing problems for Ola. Loose pass is easily picked off by Kotame. They have looked threatening, Fiji, when they've got it into that final third. Can't quite find the final ball to cause PNG issues apart from the goal. Keep getting space in dangerous areas, they no doubt will do so. Leva. Tabua turns into trouble. Gunemba. Tabua wins it back though. And then just wheaks it out of play. There's a couple of players with knocks amongst that challenge. I remind you, you're watching the full international sides here from Papua New Guinea and Fiji. Live international football brought to you by the FA's YouTube channel, sponsored by TFAT and Pacific Oil Sports. Pacific Four Nations Tournaments, match number 1 here from the Australian Institute of Sport, the storied institution in Australia. Very famous for many footballers coming through this particular venue. Liku Thula has been penalised and then kicks the ball away, and Georgia Gilardello very lenient, has a word with the Fijian wide player. Perhaps a little ticking off, don't do it again, it's a bit silly. It's been a very good first half, chances at both ends, opportunities for both teams. Fiji have taken theirs. Themanasau with the goal. Tora. Manu will race back and collect for PNG. There might be some time for them to find one last chance to get on terms before the break. They'll have to defend first though. Flickering appearances and showing of what you can do, glimpses of it on that left flank. They've mainly come down the right though, have Papua New Guinea in the first half. Medavesi Funga just teasing Megan Gunambara a little. Tabua, the same. Tabua looks for the long ball forwards. That's how a chase and gets there with a prodigious leap above Mainu. His problem, Likuthula has gone through Lavinia Ola here. We'll just get a calm down, no more from the officials. This time challenge Kaleta Nikuzula. No harm done though for Viniola. Into stoppage time by my calculations. Mino sends it forward. Tora has plenty of time to have a look around. Touch was a bit loose, got away with it. 50-50 challenge here, and it's won by Olivia Upalpa ahead of Aliza Hussein. Can keep it in play? Tabua lifts one high. Joseph wins the header. Ramona Morris. Her turn to Fell to keep it in, and Fiji will end the half with the ball. Well, they should have, but the possession wasn't kept, and maybe there's a chance here for Megan Gudemba. Torres marked her very well in this first 45 minutes. Gudemba's frustration leads to a free kick. And that'll do for the first 45 minutes here in the Pacific Four Nations tournaments. PNG had chances. Megan Gudemba had perhaps the best of them when she got in behind the back four, but Kafar her finish only at Merevesi Funga. And the goal on the half-hour mark, a brilliant piece of build-up play from Luisa Tamani Toakula. And on the floor, she managed to find Thema Nassau, and her finish was coolness personified. And that's the goal that separates the teams at the break here at the AIS at half-time in the Pacific tournament. It's Papua New Guinea 0, Fiji 1. Welcome back to the AIS for the second half of match number 1 in the Pacific Four Nations tournament, brought to you live on the FA's YouTube channel, courtesy of DFAT and Pacific Odds Sports for their sponsorship as well, their co-funding of the tournament alongside Football Australia. Very much appreciated, of course. Having a looking through to see if there's been any changes to the sides. I think Fiji have made one change to their starting lineup. Narieta Leba has left us, and Vanisha Kumar has come on. Well, that's the one change that we've seen. Fiji's goal in the first half was scored by their number 6, Themanazal. And that is the one goal that is the difference between the two sides. Papua New Guinea looking to start the second half on the front foot. My name is Russ Gibbs. You're listening to us live from the AIS in Canberra on a beautiful spring morning. What little breeze there was in the first half has dropped away. If you were with us in the first half, you would have heard us mentioning that the conditions are absolutely perfect. Hopefully they'll stay that way for the rest of the day. 5 o'clock this afternoon, the young Matildas begin their campaign in this tournament against the Solomon Islands. You can watch that match live as well, behind closed doors. Won't be behind closed doors on Sunday. Sifa Oval, the venue. If you can get down to Queanbeyan, you can watch the young Matildas in action in that one against Papua New Guinea. Solomon Islands, Fiji start the day at 10 o'clock. So 2 matches for you there. Entry is free, so come along and support the young Matildas and everybody else involved. Here's Kumar, her first touch of the ball since coming on. Kasore had to deal with the back pass from Mainu. Boalua, who looked most likely to create something in the first half for Papua New Guinea. Ikidula, who had opportunities herself, showed her skill and pace on that left flank in that battle up against Laviniola. I'm sure that will continue for the next 45 minutes or so. Bawalua. It's a loose one. Dialowe, the skipper, wins it back after losing it initially. Margaret Joseph trying to win it back for Papua New Guinea, but Dialowe can slide it through. Read at the back by Upalpa. Picked up by Gunimba. Padio. We saw an awful lot of Kese Koteme in the first half. Quite a lot of the PNG attacking threat came down that right flank. Fiji in the main dealt with it particularly well. Morris. Boaloa. Here's Padio. Good tracking back by the Fijians, and it might break here for Sophie Dialowe. Dialowe's pass, though, didn't quite come off. It has done now for Likudula. Descended into the penalty area. Only Tuakula was there. It will be picked up by Kasore. And there's a mountain of space here for Charlie Yandin to exploit. She's been caught by Themanazal, the goal scorer. And she felt that one, did the Papua New Guinean number 10. Nassau already on a yellow card as well. Just a mistimed one, nothing malicious from the Fijian. But it will need treatment perhaps for Yandin. The physio was called on, but not much love for the Papua New Guinean number 10 at the moment. She's picked herself up off the grounds and gone on with it. Sure she'll be able to run that off. Margaret Joseph will take the free kick. Boaloa. Morris. Finds his way back to Boaloa. He looks to slide it through to Gunimba, but it was blocked by Reka. Tuakula. It's a chance for Fiji, and they've got numbers flooding forward. Nassau with a hit from distance. Wasn't a bad effort. Kept Kasare honest. Came off the foot beautifully. Kumar, half-time substitutes. Plays it wide for Tuakula, but the flag is up for offside. Fiji will be particularly pleased with how they've started the second half. Biggest ever victory that they enjoyed was a 12-0 win over Tonga in Noumea, New Caledonia in 2018. And they have been in good form themselves. They've only lost once in their last 7 international matches. Won 5 and drew 1 of the others. That defeat, though, was the one that hurts. The OFC Nations Cup final defeat to Papua New Guinea. At the moment, revenge is a bit sweet. Fiji lead. Boaloa has won it back, and Gunimba was almost off down the middle. Veronica made sure she wasn't. And now here's a chance for Dialoe. Good pace back from Yandin to win it back for Papua New Guinea, and they could start an attack again. Morris. Yandin. They're going to run. And Hussein, who stood strong and wins it back. Aliza Hussein. The ball eventually beats the best efforts of Thema Nassau to keep it in. PNG back in action at 10 o'clock on Friday morning. Solomon Islands the opposition at this venue, behind closed doors again, but you can watch it. Exact same place you're watching this, on the FA's YouTube channel. Fantastic to be able to bring you these matches. What better way to spend a workday than in the sunshine at the AIS. Nassau turning. Good piece of defending though by Olivia Upaupa. The loose touch in midfield. Kuma takes over. Plenty of involvement. Vanisha Kumar since she's come on. The only change at the break. Bawaloa. Mainu. Joseph. Bawaloa again, but she's giving that one away to Tuakula. And here's a chance for Nassau again to lift it into the penalty. Tuakula's come in. And a good fist from Kasare to take it off the head of Louisa Tamani Tuakula, who looked like she was going to nod that in for 2. Had a cracking free kick in the first half, superbly saved by the Papua New Guinean number 1. Has looked a threat, the Fijian centre forwards. Kotome swings it in towards the middle. Tora prods it away. Brought down by Ola. Boaloa's got a lot of midfield space to work in. Fiji closed it down as quickly as they could. Just up to 10 minutes of the second half played. Palpa battling down this side. Joseph lifts it forward. Going to get a second chance to keep hold of possession here. Palpa rather scuffed her foot into the floor. I saw one for the number 5. Yandin. Hussein putting the pressure on her. Yandin sliding challenges in, and no holds barred between the 2 number 5s. Kuma and Upaupa. Panio looking to turn. Goes down under the challenge and wins Papua New Guinea a free kick. I saw one for Ramona Padio, who stays down. I saw one as well for the challenge from Maria Ana Victoria Veronica. And this looks not great for Ramona Padio. Her team around her are concerned. And we're hoping it's not as bad as it looks, because it doesn't look great from where we are. We're a long distance away, though, up on top of the roof of the AIS. There was a yellow card in amongst all that for Veronica. And I think this might be a stretcher required for Ramona Padio, and the first aid are going to go on. This is not what you like to see. She turned away from Veronica and might have just got a foot or knee, ankle or knee caught in the turf here. But you could see instantly from the reaction of her teammates that it wasn't innocuous, and a stretcher will come on, and this is not what we like to see. Ramona Padio, who was having a decent match. She scored in 4 of the 5 games in the OFC Nations Cup as well. Netted the second against Vanuatu. Scored from the penalty spot against Tahiti. And then got a couple in the quarter-final against Tonga. And the crucial second in the final against Fiji. In the 2-1 win. And they'll take their time, no doubt, to make sure that Ramona Padio gets the best treatment possible. While we do that, we'll remind you of what's happening elsewhere. 5 o'clock tonight, Young Matildas against the Solomon Islands. At 5 o'clock here at the AIS in match number 2 of the Pacific Four Nations Tournament, brought to you by the FA, DFAT and Pacific Oz Sports, co-funding between the trio. Then on Friday, behind closed doors again, but you can watch them, as I said, on the FA's YouTube channel. Solomon Islands against Papua New Guinea at 10 o'clock here at this same venue. Young Matildas Fiji at 5 o'clock. And then on Sunday, well, you can come to the matches. Sifa Oval in Queanbeyan is the venue. Free entry as well. What a great way to spend a Sunday afternoon. 10 o'clock in the morning, Solomon Islands against Fiji. And then the Young Matildas against Papua New Guinea at 4 p.m. Be great to see as many people as we can at that venue for the match on the weekend. Thankfully, Ramona Padio doesn't need the stretcher. She will be helped off the field here. You hate to see a player carried off on a stretcher, so going off under her own steam is a good thing. Helped off by Lucy Mainu, the captain. And this will, of course, you would think, precipitate a change. Looks like she's something over the eye. Maybe caught prod in the eye or something along those lines. Very sore one for the playmaker in the Papua New Guinean side. Like I said, it looked fairly innocuous when she spun and turned, but no stretcher required, which is great news. Papua New Guinea are going to play with 10 at the moment, it looks like. No change been made. And the free kick is taken quickly. It was an interesting one. Popped down by Bawaloa, and Gunimba hit it. Squealed away to the right of the goal. And the change will be made. Padio will come off, and it's just a question of who's coming on. Very bright over on that far side. It will be Asiso Gossi. Wearing the number 9 shirts. A couple of changes being made here. Margaret Joseph is going off as well. And they put up the number 13, which is Georgina Bakani as well. Just wait to see what the changes are. Joseph looked like she was going to wander off and then stayed on. Looks like Lavinia Ola might be taking the place on the bench, unless she's just going to get a drink. She is taking the place on the bench. Margaret Joseph does come off. Shalom Wider comes on in the number 6 jersey. It's her first involvement. Georgina Bakani, number 15, has come on for Papua New Guinea as well. Looks like she's playing at right back. Gossi goes down. That will be a yellow card. Georgina Girardello very quick to pull that one out. Free kick has gone the way of Fiji. The foul on Tuakula. And I believe that was Gossi's first involvement, is to see yellow. The substitutes. Bit of defensive work to be done as the cast changes. Tuakula brought it down nicely. Got the shot away. It's going to stay in play here for Diallowe. Well stood up by Opalpa. Just took it off the toe of Diallowe. It's a bit of a change in shape here for PNG in terms of personnel where they've been deployed. Kotome has come inside. Boaloa is still continuing to pull the strings though, and that's a loose one, and Likuthola got hold of it. Ricocheted rather kindly here for Tabua. Only Tuakula in the middle. Tabua managed to keep it in play but couldn't help find any support. It's arrived now in the shape of Likuthola. And Fiji have a throw. If you just tuned in, you're watching Pacific Four Nations Tournament, match 1. Fiji lead Papua New Guinea by a goal to nil. Themanasau with it after half an hour. As the breeze picks up again, you might be able to hear it on the effects mic. Blowing much into our faces, slightly from the right to left. Boaloa sends it forwards. Veronica, one of 4 who have picked up yellow cards in this one. 2 apiece. When that breeze comes across, it does bring a little bit of a chill with it. Neil, our cameraman, might be regretting the choice of a polo shirt. Momentarily, at least. Way to play that forward. Kotome. Guess that Kotome has come in field now that Asiso Gossi has come out onto that flank. Different problem and challenge for Angeline Reka, the Fijian fullback now. Boaloa plays it over the top. Now here's a chance for Papua New Guinea. And it was Gossi who got forward, and she wins her team the corner. Set pieces, or set piece opportunities rather, have been few and far between for Papua New Guinea in this match. We're happy to send plenty forward here. Fiji have everybody back bar 1. And then the corner kick is rather wasted. If you go on the FIFA rankings for what they're worth, this is something of an upset at the moment. It's mentioned in the first half that Fiji are ranked 71, Papua New Guinea ranked 50. But as you'd expect, there's not a lot between these two teams. Fiji, of course, looking for only what would be their second ever win against a Papua New Guinean side. won back here by all Papua. Bowaloa. Give the reverse ball for Yandin. A race between her and Funga. And the goalkeeper's happy to shield it out of play. Very composed, Meravesi Funga. Had the save to make in the first half from Megan Gunamba. And the number 12 was clean through on goal. Slight angle to the finish from Gunamba. Didn't quite strike it as well as she would have liked, but the save needed to be made. Fleming Sedetslev, the Fijian coach, well, he'd be pleased with what he's seen so far. If you're playing in these mini tournaments, always nice to get off to a good start, of course. Will use the entirety of his squad this week, no doubt. 3 matches between now and Sunday morning for them. Apalpa. Won by Hussein. Equally won at the other ends by Waida. Shalom Waida. One of 3 substitutes that Papua New Guinea have made. Still only the 1 goal in the contest. Hussein down the line. And Papua happy to let it go out of play. Picked up by Dialowe. Nassau. Dialowe. Characteristically loose ball from Sophie Dialowe. Allowed Ramona Morris to send it forward to Gossi. They've recovered well here, Fiji. They've backed themselves defensively. Fiji were Pacific Games winners, Pacific Mini Games winners in 2017. Finished 3rd on 4 other occasions at Pacific Mini Games. They're used to playing big matches in finals in their particular region. Fiji, of course, preparing for that Inter-Confederation playoff in February. They will play the Philippines twice, in December in Sydney, in warm-ups for that match. Alan Stadic's Philippines, of course. Defensive work for them to do here, though. Fiji have a corner. Coletta Likathula will take it. They do from the set piece. Mentioned the corners were few and far between for PNG, same for Fiji, in fact. As they look to double their lead, it's a good looking corner in, but it faded to the near post. And once again, the Fijian Armada, who had got forward, needs to get back into position as PNG goes searching for that equaliser. Mainu. Kotame. One back. Nassau lets it roll. Mikithula challenged in midfield by Boalua. Breaks Kani for Mainu. Lucy Mainu's ball forward there wasn't quite kept in by Gossi. That's some lovely play from Fiji, from who else but Thema Nassau. Been an absolute standout today. The way she took her goal in the first half was a player at the top of their game. Easily could have snatched at it, but just took the opportunity to roll it past Faith Kasare in the Papua New Guinean goal after some wonderful work by Tawakula. Nassau wins it back again. And it breaks kindly for Tawakula. Runners to the right. One of them breaking in the middle here is Dialowe. Almost came for it, still might do so. Tawakula lifts it towards the empty goal. And it's confidently dealt with on the line by Upalpa, who dropped back in there, needed to. Otherwise, Tawakula was making it 2-0. Still might, as Nassau drifts past a couple into the penalty area. Lovely work from Themen Nassau again. And Fiji just upping the tempo here. Castlereagh did just enough. And when Tawakula lifted over her head, there was Olivia Upalpa to cover on the goal line and prevent the second Fijian goal. They'll look for better delivery this time around. Likudula to take, swings it into the penalty. A great looking ball, and that was a chance for Nassau, who stolen in unmarked from 6 yards out but couldn't direct the header goalwards, otherwise it might well have been trouble for Faith Castlereagh. Lovely ball in, big opportunity for Fiji, unable to add to the tally in the first half, but a much better delivery, and it caused consternation in the Papua New Guinean defence. Wider. Try and compose things a little here. Morris. It's nicely done by Upalpa. Now here's a chance for Yandin to run. Upalpa into the middle. Away by Tora. Helped on by Kotame. Gossi was interested in it. Oreka came back to help out, and there's Likudula doing just exactly that as well. It will be a Papua New Guinean throw, though. It breaks for Gossi. And a corner at the other end. Game opening up a little here. Papua New Guinea looking for an equaliser. Not messing around with the corner. Swung into the air. Great looking ball in. Real opportunity. There's a chance in the penalty area. I think Morris threw herself at it. Didn't quite get a touch on it. And Fiji survive. Only just. Wader. Played away by Tabua. Mino should get there first, ahead of Likudula. Well, that was a good chance for Papua New Guinea. Great ball into the penalty area, and Ramona Morris was, well, a fraction away from getting on the end of it. Boalua. Bundle of perpetual energy. Raylene Boalua. That's a free kick. The challenge on Asiso Gossi. When you're playing international football, of course, even though it's a friendly, pride's on the line and plenty more besides. It's Four Nations tournament. 3 matches gives the opportunity for teams. Tawakula. Headed away, and here's Morris. Bit of space. Wind's dropped now, and you can feel the warmth again from the sun here. Standard Canberra day, cool 1 minute, quite warm the next. Shalom wider. Morris wants it played through the middle here. Gunumba doesn't quite reach it because Tora was there. Hussein nods it down, and Dialowe can send it forwards. Rather inaccurately though. Wader. And Yandin now with some space to do some damage down the left flag. many black shirts ahead of her, and well, something went there, I think, potentially in the calf. Well, the boot fell off, something happens to stop Charlie Yandin in her tracks. And I think it might have been a twinge in that left calf. She certainly felt it. It's unfortunate for Papua New Guinea, as it was a promising position for Charlie Yandin. Bit of cramp. Not good to see, helped out by the match officials, Giorgio Ghirardello. At least it's nothing too worse than that. Looking for some support from the Papua New Guinean bench here. Jose Mateo and his coaching staff will have his players up and walking about. While there is some treatment going on here, we can remind you that the goal was scored after half an hour by Thema Nassau in the first half. The only one so far. I think we're going to see a fleet of changes here from Papua New Guinea. This will be interesting to see what's going on. At least 3 substitutions about to join us. Yandin's come off the field to your left. Fiji make the first change though. Likudula has gone to be replaced by Anasimethi Volitikoro. Yandin has made way as well for Arnold Doa Du. It'll be a change in goal 2. Sam Betty is going to replace Faith Kasare. Gloria Lely is coming on for Olivia Opapa. So all change. Ramona Morris is replaced as well. Cynthia Pulu on for her. Toakula. Ball wide for Anasimethi Volitikoro. Her first involvement. One back by Kotome. Cleared at the back by Tora. So plenty of changes now for Papua New Guinea as they seek an equalising goal. Gossi. Lofted forward by Bakani. Each defence has been good today. Wide up. Turned it over again here. Toakula. Nassau looking for the run forwards of Diallowe. Runners ahead, 3 of them, if they can find them. Bowaloa's ball does go through. Gunimba came from deep, and that was a challenge from Cynthia Pulu on the goalkeeper, which is a bit silly from the substitute, and she gets a yellow card as well. She's only been on for less than a minute or so, and Cynthia Pulu sees yellow. Challenge on Medavesi Funga. Lucy Mino has been joined in the back four by 3 new players in the second half: Georgina Bakani, Shalom Weda and Gloria Lely. A bit of organising to do for the Papua New Guinea goalkeeper, captain rather, as the Fijian goalkeeper gets a bit of treatment. She should be okay though. Time running out for Papua New Guinea if they're to find an equaliser in this opening match of the Four Nations tournament. 5 o'clock, match number 2, Young Matildas versus Solomon Islands. Lely wins the header. Picked up by Du. Gundamba. Bawaloa. And now here's Thema Nassau to run it forward. She's got Dialowe in support here, and here's a chance for Fiji. Sophie Dialowe looking for Tuakula in the middle. And the defensive work from Papua New Guinea was just what they needed, and a break might be on here for Arnoldoa Du. Bawalua. Fiji back in numbers and back quickly as well. Kotame. Loose one from her. It's been a facet of the game that Fiji have done very well today. They've broken in numbers, but when they have lost possession, they have got back quickly and behind the ball, making it difficult for their opponents. They've struggled really to create many meaningful openings, particularly in this second half. Good pace from Volatikoro. Tuakula's touch. Nassau is brought down. Surely that's a penalty. Or is it a free kick right on the edge of the box? It may have been inside. There's a card coming out here. It was very, very close to being inside the penalty area. Thema Nassau was in on goal. It's a yellow card for Gloria Lely. Thema Nassau may well have been in for her second. This must be right on the edge of the penalty area. It was very, very close indeed to being a spot kick. Great vision from Georgia Girardello and assistants to see it right on the outside, on the edge. But a glorious opportunity. We saw Louisa Tamani Tuakula test Faith Castlereagh in the first half. Well, Sam Betty's come on. She hasn't had a touch of the ball yet. Her first one might be to be called into action. Could not get any closer to the box for it to be a penalty. Tuakula has placed it. She has the ability. Stepping away from it though, just marching the wall out, just making sure it's 10. Will she go for goal? Clips off the wall and into the top corner, and Fiji double their leads. A beautifully taken free kick, not a chance for Betty, and Fiji are 2 to the good. Tuakula had a sighter in the first half. The slight deflection may have helped it on its way, but the trajectory was good anyway. And Fiji have scored twice and are on their way to what would be a famous win for them, only their second ever against Papua New Guinea, and they're looking to add to it if they can. Volitikoro down that left flank, skipping away from her marker. Bit between the teeth now for Fiji. Bowaloa. Papua New Guinea have lots to do if they're to rescue something here. Good defending by Dialowe. Veronica finds Kumar. Dialowe can step inside. Hussein. Dialowe's ball looking for Nassau, who's caused all sorts of problems this morning in this encounter. Gundimba playing in a much more withdrawn role now, and she's been robbed. A chance for Tabua, but the step over tricked herself in the end. It's a gloriously taken free kick from Toakula. What a chance for Betty to get anywhere near it. And added to Nassau's first half goal, has Fiji well on their way here. They've looked strong from the outset. They've looked organised. They had a couple of scares in the first half. They thoroughly deserve their advantage as it stands. Hussein lifted in. Chance here for Thema Nassau again, but that's very calm goalkeeping from Betty. Kotome. Clipped forward by Gossi, and here's a chance for Pulu. Got behind momentarily. Boalua. It's going to have too much heat on it, and Funga should be able to deal with it quite comfortably. Fiji in possession, where they want to be, keeping hold of the ball. Hussein Toakula has led the line superbly today. Mino. Gossi. Kutame. Couldn't force it through the Fijian ranks. Toakula. Reka. Nassau. Looking for the pace again of Anisimethi Volitikoro, who's looked a real live wire since she's come on. Papua New Guinea making yet another change here. Kotome is coming off. Sonia Mbai is replacing her. A change for Fiji as well. Their goal scorer of the first goal, Thema Nassau, has made way. Aviva Buka. Buka into the midfield for Fiji. Doe looking for the run of Lely. Pulu peeled in behind him, it's got there. Sorry, I apologise, it was the substitute, of course, Mbehi. Sonia Mbehi just introduced into the action. As the corner swung into the area, up and away by Fiji. Strike goalwards was a good one from Gloria Lely. Didn't quite have the pace, but it was on target, and it made Funga make the save. Waida back on her own. Shalom Waida's got plenty of time here. two Papua New Guinean players quite slow to come back here at the other end of the park, out of your shots. And here goes Volatikoro again. They won it back well here though, Papua New Guinea. Pulu have made the run beforehand. We've got 5 minutes of time added on at the end of this one. Fiji leading by 2-0. Papua New Guinea looking for an unlikely recovery. 5 minutes is plenty of time though. Dialowe wanted a free kick, nothing given. Here's a chance for Lely. Ball in behind for Gunamba. Great challenge from Hussein. And Fiji are able to bring it away. Powerful, purposeful run forward from Bakani. From Veronica, my apologies. Volatikoro. Buka. Fiji might be in behind again here. Opportunity perhaps to really seal this one. It's pulled into the area for Buka. She can't quite get there though. Volatikoro back making the challenge and winning it back for Fiji. Late on in the piece and riding the challenge. Buka up into the air. Tuakula goes down under the challenge. No free kick this time. But Fiji winning every loose ball. Kumar plays it forwards. Not settling for the two. Those in blue. They want more. Hussein launches one. Should be easy for Betty. They'll waste a few more seconds though for the Fijians. They lost to the Papua New Guineans in the OFC Nations Cup final. Revenge might be on the cards in the unlikely setting of the AS at Canberra. It's been a great start to this Four Nations tournament. Brought to you by Football Australia, DFAT and the Pacific Oz Sports. 5 o'clock, Young Matilda, Solomon Islands, as I mentioned before. Looking forward to that one. Fiji go again, both these teams on Friday. Dialowe got a touch on it. Papua New Guinea will have a throw and a chance to perhaps find a consolation if they can. Hussein's challenge. Watsidi Sesa on Du. Gunamba skips away from the first challenge, is allowed to advance unchecked into the area, drags a shot wide of the post. It's been a frustrating match for Megan Gunamba, Papua New Guinea's all-time leading goal scorer. Hasn't been able to have the effect that she would have wanted on the encounter. Well, that might spell bad news for the Young Matildas, who play Fiji next. Solomon Islands, rather, who play PNG next. Young Matildas play Fiji on Friday. Fijian side full of confidence and full of good footballers. Boalua, shooting chance for Boalua perhaps, and that's a good save. Low to her right from Funga. Raylene Boalua has been at the heart of everything the PNG have done, and that strike forced the stop. Meanwhile, here's Tuakula, who scored the second goal for Fiji. Dialowe. Mino back defending. Space perhaps here for PNG on the break with Arnolda Doe finding Gloria Lely. Doe Gunimba, runners ahead. Good ball in behind here. And that's a good piece of defending from Tora. The keeper was coming, but took control, did Marioni Tora. Papua New Guinea will have a corner. Can they find a consolation? Because surely that's all it would be at this late stage. Into the penalty area, headed goalwards. Real chance here, blocked on the near post, and somehow it's been kept out. And Fiji ride their luck at the end there. But all in all, they've thoroughly deserved this, and you can see what it means to them. Only their second ever win over Papua New Guinea. A modicum of revenge for the AFC Nations Cup final. And they're loving it, and why not? Superb performance by Fiji. They start the Pacific Four Nations tournament with a victory. Goals in the first half from Thema Nassau, a confident, composed finish after half an hour, and then a free kick from Louisa Tamani Tawakula. She had gone close in the first half from a dead ball, but she went one better in the second and buried it in the top corner, which means that Fiji have the points on the board to start us off here at the AIS. The final score, Papua New Guinea 0, Fiji 2.